1049, and we are live in Southwest Florida in my garden studio without the clamshell today. I got an email from the RV resort park where I'm staying, and they told me that because of the tropical storms or potential tropical storms coming this way this week, that I was supposed to take everything down, batten down the hatches. Well, unfortunately, during all that process yesterday, I also repaired, to the best of my ability, the fake ivy wall post that had come down yesterday, whether it was from a bear, raccoons, sabotage neighbors, who knows, whatever. I hurt my wrist. Something popped in the side of my wrist here yesterday morning while I was fixing that, and really slowed me down on everything else. So even though the clamshell tent is very easy to put up and take down, not so easy with a bum wrist. But anyway, I can move my fingers, I can move in some directions, but twisting is a no-go. So the reason I'm explaining all this to you, not for you to feel sorry for me, not at all. You know, life happens. We all have our issues, and it's about how we work through it. So I'm nowhere near as battened down as I wanted to be by now, but I did the best I could with a wrist brace on yesterday. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because the things that I had planned to show you this morning, I can't do. I actually brushed my teeth with my left hand today. I'm right-handed. I brushed my hair with my left hand, and I pulled out a bin from storage that I wanted to share with you. But the demonstrations that I wanted to do, I practiced this morning a little bit, and I can't. I even had a hard time tying this morning because of the angle of my wrist for tying. Anyway, so we'll go over as much of what I plan to do as I can, and if I can't do it all, we'll save it for another day, because I really wanted to show you some wonderful and unusual ways to use scarves for tying to make garments out of them. There's so many different ways, and again, there's a lot of it that I can't do because of my wrist, but we'll just save it for another day. In the meantime, I have a bin from storage that I may or may not have organized super well, so we can go through it and see what I saved. Also, thanks Judy for sharing what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a crochet on fabric pattern today called the Vanessa, and it is taking one of the, remember those beautiful sheer shawls that I designed through my Redbubble shop? This is actually a photo of the beach that I had imposed onto the scarf, but I've also done some of my hand-drawn artwork on them as well. And so these are 55-inch square pieces of fabric, which to me, plus they have a finished edge on it, so to me they scream of being used as fabric and combining it with crochet to make garments, which we've done many times. And if you go look at the crochet on fabric category within my crochet pattern shop, you'll see I've done a ton of different designs, not only with the Redbubble scarves but also with other types of fabric as well. Deconstructing t-shirts, adding sleeves to tank tops, adding edging to bandanas to make gifts, so many different things. So I highly recommend checking them all out, because they're also really great summer projects, lightweight projects, easy to take with you projects, because they don't require a whole lot of yarn. So for this one specifically, this is a 55-inch square. Now on a more petite woman, you could probably wear this shape as a sarong without adding crochet on fabric, and that's fine. So if you're smaller than me, you would be able to tie this around your neck like so. That didn't work for me because I'm 5'9", roughly 180 pounds, and some things require, modification when you're larger or smaller. Even somebody that's petite knows this too. Not all clothes and not all designs are meant for all sizes, which gives us the ability to show our creative spirit and make things work. So for this one, I added a crochet edging around the entire square perimeter. And you can get this pattern on my website. Judy shared a link with it already. You could do this on fabric too. If you don't want to buy one of the pre-made chiffon scarves through Redbubble, you could buy any fabric at the fabric store and just sew a hem on it and then do this as well. And then I created long foundation oval ties added a tassel on it, and by adding those ties at the top, and I also thought it was more interesting, it did reduce some of the length, but I thought it was interesting to tie a knot towards the top of those two corners. Now, this is where my sprained wrist is going to bring some challenges this morning. I can't tie this tight enough to show you how it fits. It does fit me, and it's not going to look like it fits me right now because I can't pull tight enough. But see, if I can pull tight enough, see how it does actually come closed over the front? The way I'm able to tie it this morning, it sits like this. Well, that defeats the purpose of being a sarong, right? So when you tie it tight like this and then up around the neck, which I can't do this morning, so this may look scary to you, but I'm going to be safe. I'm going to tie it in front of my neck, which is not what I would recommend, obviously. Tie it behind your head. It would be super cute, and those fringes or tassels would dangle down the back. But what a great beach cover-up then. Isn't that wonderful? Super easy. Like I said, the 55-inch square may work on people more petite than me, but when you're not petite, you might need to add those ties and use the whole fabric for wrapping, and then the sarong ends up being more of the ties. Hopefully that makes sense. Does anybody have any questions about any of that? And then we'll go into the mystery box. Oh, I can show you another scarf tying thing that I've been doing lately. And you know, for someone like me that has super fine hair, I don't get a whole lot of volume ever, right? Not like other people that I see. So first of all, I made that really big scrunchie with Be So Easy yarn, which is bulky weight yarn, and I made it in a color that was very similar to my hair color. Making a chunky or bulky hair scrunchie close to your hair color automatically gives you the illusion of more volume. Don't you think? That already makes my ponytail look bigger than it is. But if you take a scarf that is also similar color to your hair and wrap it around the bun and the scrunchie, wrap it as many times as makes sense. For me it was 3, and then tie it. Now look at how big my messy bun is. Isn't that huge? And I have that little tie dangling down in the back. If you don't like those little ties, you could tuck them up in as well. But I've been doing this in similar colors to what I'm wearing, like this. Last week I wore a black patterned one that had a tiny bit of red in it, and I wore it with a red dress. And I got lots of compliments when I left the house, and I hadn't even thought much about it. I was like, I wonder if this will be good. And it turns out it's a winner, and I love it, and now I do it all the time. Okay. And I had a dream you met me and I had long curly red hair. Well, that would be surprising. I've always been a blonde. I have never experimented with hair color. I have considered pink, purple, and turquoise and things like that over the years, but you know what I always ask myself? How good would it look dirty when you just want to go to the grocery store and not run into anybody? like having a natural color makes that any better. But I try to pressure myself into saying unless it's perfectly done every day, you might not like it. So that's one of the only reasons why I don't experiment with hair color. Maybe a wig. A wig might be a fun idea instead. I have thought about buying like a hot pink wig, like a pretty hair, not like clown wig, but an actual pretty hair wig, nice looking, like mermaid hair maybe. Where did I find that small size of scarf? These scarves are in my Amazon shop. I have a couple of sets in there. They're 27-inch square, I believe, and I do all sorts of hairstyling with them, as you've seen here on the show and in other videos. Those are 27-inch, and these are 55-inch squares through my Redbubble shop. Okay, so who wants to see what's in the bin? And again, I had to lift this bin with a sprained wrist this morning. Sprained wrist and sprained ankle all at the same time, geez. And on top of it, RV lifestyle is way more physical than regular life, which makes it even more disappointing that I have 2 injuries at the same time. It's very, very frustrating and difficult, and I'm sorry if it upsets anybody that I'm not at full speed today, but you know, you can't have days up here if you don't have days down here too. Even when you're sad or disappointed or frustrated, always remember that without the lows, you can't experience the highs. If our life just went like this every day, there would be nothing to be excited about. So anytime you feel a little bit or a little bit more disappointed than other days, remember that you need those in order to feel the really high ones too. That's what I'm telling myself today. Okay. All right, people asking for links. Judy's been sharing links so you can scroll up if you need to have them right away. If not, you can absolutely just wait till after the show. All the links will be in the show notes as well. Okay, so this was a bin that I stored, when I was tearing down my house, downsizing, getting rid of most everything, I kept things that I thought would be useful for future projects, and I keep those in storage so that I can go back and forth and pick up things to show you new projects, to create new patterns, or what have you. And this bin was the bin that I put together for crochet on fabric, meaning it was fabrics that I thought would make really great crochet projects in the future. So there's a bunch of t-shirts in here so that I can cut out the neckline and create a yoke, or cut off the sleeves and add full-length sleeves, or maybe even cut out a circle in the middle of the back and put a motif in there. So all sorts of ways we can work on t-shirts. And so anytime I find a good deal on them, I had bought them over the years, and this is where I keep all of them. I also have some tank tops in here. Oh, this one is another t-shirt. Wouldn't that be pretty with a lace yoke? So pretty. Anyway, so that, and then I have some handkerchiefs that I thought might be fun to crochet on fabric around the edge to turn them into motifs so that you could then join them together. I thought that might be a pretty shawl, especially if you were taking handkerchiefs from maybe your family history or something. It might be a great way to put together a pretty tablecloth or a table runner. I don't have any heirloom pieces like that, so I bought these. But again, that would be a fun project for the future. What other goodies? Oh, I've got some more t-shirts, some more flat scarves. So flat scarves that we could maybe crochet an edging around them, then maybe dip dye them so that we could work on some dyeing and some crafting. I thought that would be fun. And then, oh, and here's some more tank tops for adding sleeves. Pretty sure these are tank tops. And I thought those, well, back then I thought these colors were going to be great for different colors of Be So Fine yarn, but that's okay. We'll find good things for whatever anyway. Not going to beat myself up for every little thing every single day. It's easy enough to do, and I'm not going to do it. Here's, oh, these are just more t-shirts. You don't need to see those. Oh, here's a little cutie. Do you remember this? When I created 80 Handmade Gifts book, there was a sewing chapter in there, or there still is a sewing chapter in there, and this is one of the projects from that book. It's a flat-bottomed drawstring project bag that is also lined. So you have pretty fabric on the inside, pretty fabric on the outside, pretty fabric casing for your drawstring, and then some coordinating ribbon. And these are the fabrics that I designed. You can buy these fabrics. These are my artwork on fabric. You can find these in my Redbubble shop. Isn't that cute? Super easy to do. If you like to sew, I have lots of fun practical crafting projects on there. More scarves to dip dye, tie dye, and put crochet on the edge. Oh, here's another. Remember that tank top I wore the other day? The jasmine tank top, or the jasmine sleeves? I did it on white. Well, I started this one to do it with burgundy. I was going to do a long sleeve version of it and got distracted and moved on to something else, I guess. Okay, what else is in here? Oh, I have more projects in here. This is a pattern on my website. This is turning one of these 55-inch square pieces of fabric into a Ruana. Let me back up so you can see more of it. This one's called the Fae, F-A-E. Oh! Yeah, great, just what I need to do, fall down. Okay, so you can see that we cut a neck opening and cut a hole in the front, then turn the hem and then crocheted around the whole edge. I'll take this one off so I can show you this one. This one's a great candidate for belting too, but I did not bring a belt out this morning. Hopefully you can visualize that. Oh, you know what? You don't have to visualize it. If you go to the pattern page, you'll see photos where I've styled this in different ways. Isn't this great? So it's got edging all around the fabric, and then it has the tassels at the bottom. Once you belt this, it looks more like a kimono. It is absolutely gorgeous. And with the crochet edging here, you could easily button this or corset tie it. You could do all sorts of things to close this up. My goodness, this would be an amazing beach cover-up too. If you took whatever yarn you used for your edging and made a long chain tie, you could corset tie this up the front, and then you've got a beautiful beach cover-up / poncho. My goodness, and these colors. This is another one of my designs in Redbubble. So pretty, oh my gosh. Oh, I want to wear this. I want to wear that to the beach now. Okay, so one of the other things that I wanted to show you today, which I don't think my wrist is going to participate with, is that you can, let's say you wanted to have sleeves on a top like this, but you didn't have time to make sleeves. I'll try. What you do is you put the scarf through one side of your tank top and through the other, but on the other side. Again, I'm just gonna struggle with this because of my wrist, and if it doesn't work, then you know what, sometimes that's the beauty of life too. You know what, life isn't perfect. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I have a feeling I'm gonna struggle today. I just can't reach certain degrees, certain angles with my wrist today. But what happens is, if you can smooth this out in the back, I have to go up under my dress, hold on. With my left hand, let's see if that will even work. I can't reach it. I just can't reach it to pull it down. Okay, I pulled a little bit of it down. All right, hopefully I didn't flash you with my underwear. If I did, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Okay, so then you could tie these on each side. Oh gosh, maybe this will even work today. That would be cool, because in my trial this morning to see if it would work with my, sometimes I practice my demos if I think I have, you know, like, not always, but like today I knew I had a challenge with my wrist. I practiced the demo and I couldn't get it to work right, but we will try again. But if you needed sleeves, you could do that towards the underside. Again, I'm not able to zhuzh it right in the back to get this right today because of my wrist, but you could absolutely make these into sleeves. And you know what else you could do? You could tie a ponytail around the edge if you wanted to make it more of a cuff. You could even add a quick crochet edge just around there to tighten this up as a cuff so that you didn't have to do a knot. You could also make these knots smaller. I had to, you know, again, I'm struggling outside, no mirror. Hopefully, can you still get the gist of this even though I didn't do it right? I can't see what I'm doing really. But can you see how it turns into sleeves? Now, if you did a coordinating color with your dress, I think it would blend in even better. Oh, God dang it. Okay, I'm not gonna trip over this stupid brick anymore. There. Okay, now I can back up and you can see. So again, you could tack this down with a little bit of sewing. You could sew it closed more, but once you get it through the back of your tank top, you do create these sleeves, and that is an instant fix. Gosh, even if you're not a knitter or crocheter, or you just don't have time to make sleeves, what a great way to add really quick sleeves to a project. We'll do that again when my wrist isn't a mess. Okay? Don't need to steal it, just use it. Use it in good health, absolutely. I think it might be interesting to try it in a skinnier scarf. So, let's see if I have any skinnier scarves in here. No, but I do have some. You want to see some more of the Redbubble scarves though? You can find all of these in my Redbubble shop, but I can show you some more of the prints if you want. These are all prints that I drew. I really would like to do a new collection for Redbubble too. This one's so pretty. This is one of the first ones that I did. Aren't those colors gorgeous? So think in terms of what kind of a dress you would want, or what kind of a dress or what kind of a blouse you would like to add sleeves to. Maybe one of these will speak to you and speak to the garment that you're wishing to modify with some beautiful chiffon sleeves. With a little bit of sewing, you could even make them more beautiful. Isn't that cute? Butterflies and rainbows. Who doesn't like butterflies and rainbows? This one always reminds me of like Athena, the love goddess. I love gold and white together. And if you had a white blouse or a white dress that you wanted sleeves for, I think that would be absolutely gorgeous. And here is that gold on black. So pretty. And then we've got some mermaid scales. I love these colors. Maybe you even had like a dark teal blouse, like the color of the dark line in there. Wouldn't that be beautiful for sleeves? So pretty. So pretty. And think of these in terms of making that beach cover-up Ruana poncho fay. And think of these in terms of making the sarong beach cover-up like Vanessa. Any of these would work for those too. Okay, I just have a few more. I have a few more samples of each one here. I bought 2 each of a couple of the prints at one time because I thought it would be really fun to make one of these for the front and one of these for the back, and to make like a huge caftan style poncho cover up and use crochet on fabric to join them together at the shoulder seams, and then make a belt for cinching it. I thought that would be really beautiful. Or maybe even like a big kimono. So, oh, I found another cutie. Remember this one? This is a beautiful bracelet from 52 Crochet Gifts. I believe that's what book it's from. You can find the pattern on my website, and you can also find the video tutorial here on my YouTube channel. It starts with this little flower motif in the center with some beads, and then you work a pineapple out in one direction, and then you turn around and make the pineapple in the other direction. Add a button to one side and a buttonhole to the other side, and Bob's your uncle. Beautiful, beautiful bracelet. I can't do the, I tried to put it on with the button, but my wrist doesn't want to participate. I'm glad you like the scarves. I love them. I love them. Yeah, and so I will show you some really wonderful ways to not only style these scarves, but also style some of the knit and crochet scarves and shawls that I have. I really would love to do another design or styling series on all of those. You know what? It just didn't work out for today. So, yes, Nancy, I plan on it, you know, and I'm going to tell you right now, Mrs. Roper from Three's Company is definitely my design inspiration for doing caftans. I loved the way she dressed on that show, and I would love, love, love to create some looks like that. Absolutely. Jane, do I ever sleep? I do sleep, actually. I do. I just, when I wake up, I hit the ground running and I don't stop until I go to sleep. I guess that's it. Yeah, Mrs. Roper, I've loved her style since that show was on. I was a very small child when that show first came out. I'm guessing it came out in 75, 76. Does anybody want to correct me? I'm not sure when it came out, but I was definitely under 10 when I was first introduced to Chrissy Snow, Jack Tripper, I can't remember the third girl's name, Janet something, Mr. Furley, Mr. and Mrs. Roper, but I was probably in elementary school, if even younger when it first came out, but it was in syndication for a long time too, and I loved the way Mrs. Roper dressed. And the older I get, the more I love that style of dressing. I would really love to bring that caftan style of clothing back. Absolutely. Especially if you can make it super feminine and beautiful, like these chiffon scarves would be absolutely incredible doing something like that. Barbara, yes, you can use scarves to add elegance to your outfit. Absolutely. So many different ways to embellish. Whether embellishing in your hair, adding a component to your outfit like sleeves, or just wrapping them and tying them, using them as belts, using them as scarves. So many different ways you can use scarves. Janet Wood, thank you, Thea. Thank you. Is that show in streaming anywhere? That's a great question. If anybody knows if Three's Company is streaming anywhere, like is it included in Netflix or any of the other ones, let me know, because I would love to rewatch that show. I would love to. I would like to rewatch Three's Company. I would like to rewatch Sanford and Son. I love that show. I love the song. And oh, did I mention I'm rewatching Charlie's Angels again? I downloaded all 5 seasons on Amazon Prime several years ago, after I no longer had a DVD player, because I used to have the DVD box set too. About once a year, I like to watch every episode of Charlie's Angels in order. I start with season 1 and I work my way through season 5, and I'm about halfway through season 1 right now. I've been putting it on in the background while I work for the last couple of weeks. And I don't have cable, Martha, so that won't work for me. I'll have to see if it's available on any of the streaming services. Oh yeah, the old Charlie's Angels. Yes, I watch it about once a year, all of it. I watch all 5 seasons, and right now I'm in the middle of season 1. Did you know Tom Selleck has a cameo as Kelly's boyfriend on season 1, episode 2? He has no mustache, still as handsome as can be too, and he's trying to pressure her to get married and settle down. And being that the show was about, you know, women being independent and stuff, she's like, oh no, I don't want that. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, Tom Selleck asked you to to marry him, you'd say no. I want to be a detective. Anyway, I think it's awesome and I love it so much. But if you would like to see a very young Tom Selleck, I believe it's episode 2. It's early on in season 1. Kim Basinger has a cameo in season 1 also. She's one of the prisoners when they have to go undercover in a prison or jail, whatever it is. Thank you, Angela. Yes, my YouTube channel reached the 99,000 subscriber milestone last night. Very exciting, which means we are that much closer to the 100,000 subscriber milestone, when YouTube is going to give me a plaque, which I think is so exciting. And from what I've heard, I will also be receiving some support from YouTube, some consultation to help optimize my channel best and figure out how to be more successful on YouTube. So I'm super excited about that too. And it's just, you know, when you work really hard at something and do it over a long period of time and don't give up, the best reward possible is reaching milestones that you would never reach if you didn't give up. And just like how I cherish my I really cherish the award or the medal that I got for running a marathon, because it's something that money can't buy. You can only earn it, and that's the same reason why I'm super excited about this milestone for YouTube. Anybody can start a YouTube channel, but you can't reach 100,000 subscribers without really, really working hard, not giving up, and focus and really paying attention to what your viewers want. You know, paying attention, what do people want? What I want and what everyone else wants isn't always the same thing. And so, very exciting. What should we do to celebrate for that milestone? I don't even know. Pluto TV has Three's Company and Sanford and Son. Thank you, Kelly. Yay! I will add those to my list. So I have Roku, for those of you that want to give me suggestions. I'm not really familiar with how to use everything about it yet, but I'm guessing Pluto is something, an app that I can add to Roku, and then I could see. Thanks, Martha. Thank you, Karen. I try really hard to be a good quality channel. I do. You know, I don't please everybody on any given day. People give me thumbs down or you know, insults or unsubscribe because my content isn't exactly what they want on any given day. But that's okay, because that's a percentage of whatever you do. You're not going to please everybody. In general, there are many people that love what I do and love my tutorials, love my teaching style, and love hanging out with me and chatting with me here, and love seeing how I react to adversity in life. I'm really an open book and really love sharing as much of my life as I can, with the effort, with the point of telling people, you know, life goes on, right? We pick up the pieces and we figure out what's the best solution based on whatever's been thrown at us. And New Health Martha, I inspire you to work harder on your channel. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm so glad. I want to be an inspiration for other people, because I could just as easily live my life without sharing what I do with anybody else. I could be a crocheter, I could be an artist, I could be I could be anything that I want without sharing it with the others. But the reason I share my life with others is to inspire others to do more things too. Wonderful. I'm so glad, Nancy. So glad. That is the sole reason why I go live every day, why I share videos every day. I do it to inspire other people to add more creativity into their lives, because I believe with more creativity in your lives, you have more hope, you have more positivity, and you have more optimism. I know that was kind of similar words, but I really do believe that. And what else do we have besides how we want to leave our mark on this world? If we really want to go deep with it, you know, none of us are going to last forever. We all have a fixed amount of time on the planet. We don't know when our time's going to be up. And, you know, reminders of our mortality are important, so that we can remember, so we can ask ourselves, how do I want to be remembered? And I do believe that that is part of what I think, even if I don't say it in those exact words. How you want to be is a choice. And every day we have the opportunity to turn a new page and start different choices, or continue on with our current choices. But I love the fact that we have that choice every day. You can choose to be more positive. You can choose to be more caring, more giving. You can choose to be easier on yourself, right? There's so many different things. And taking time to breathe and relax is a really important part of clearing your mind too. Yes, with creativity, you always have more options. Let's see, Dawn misses the beach. Me too, but I have a sprained ankle and now a sprained wrist, and it's just way too much work for me to go down there until I'm feeling better. I miss the beach too. Let's close our eyes for 30 seconds. So if you feel like you can trust me to close your eyes with me, I promise I won't leave you hanging. I will let you know when I've counted to 30 seconds in my head. But if you'd like to close your eyes, just relax and listen to the sounds around you, listen to the sounds around me, and let's just collectively clear our minds for a few seconds and have a nice little rest and a break. So starting now. Okay, I counted a little past 30 just to make sure I wasn't counting fast, but I have my eyes open now. You can open yours too. I hope you felt a nice little break. There's something about closing your eyes for 30 seconds. I don't think 10 seconds is enough. I think 30 seconds is enough time to really give your brain that message. Okay, let's calm down for a minute. I think it's so nice. I feel a difference when I do it. I hope you do too. And just like with any other good practice, it's the more you do it, the more likely you are to turn it into a habit, right? That's great, Divergent Crafter. I'm glad crocheting has helped you through some mental healing journey. That's wonderful. Yes, the birds are so lovely in the background here. I agree. And every day they're different. Have you noticed? They're different too. Some days there's more of them. Some days it's different songs. I'm drinking jasmine tea with a little bit of fresh raw ginger in it this morning, and I don't know why, but it's tasting amazing to me. All right, does anybody have any other questions? Wow, we went over today. I thought it was going to be a short day because of my wrist. Anyway, does anybody have any other questions? If I didn't get to your question, please always feel welcome to come back and leave them for me in the fixed comments when the show is no longer live. Also, if you have requests for things you want me to show you in the near future, always feel welcome to leave your requests in those fixed comments too. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.